I was just going to stop that one. Yeah, it worked. You can see the mountains when I can see the mountains.
To talk to George Norrie, call the Wildcard line at 818-501-4109. The first-time caller line is 818-501-4721. To talk toll-free from east of the Rockies, call 800-825-5023. From west of the Rockies, toll-free, call 800-818-8255. To reach George via Skype, use Skype name George97313. Send George a text message anytime at 818-298-6521. This is Coast to Coast AM. George Norrie.
On our next Coast to Coast program, Robert Zublin joins us. He's the one who heads up the Mars Society, but he wants to talk about nuclear power and why we should continue to go to it. So we'll be talking with him about that. And then Ken Foster joins us later in the program to talk about courage, wisdom, and another chance to follow your greatest dreams here on Coast to Coast AM. Beyond Belief, that is our television program, and I invite you all to watch the 2 free episodes at Beyond channel, up and running for you, 550,000 signed up members. Go to YouTube, and in the search bar, type in Coast to Coast AM Official. It's got to be like that, and you can subscribe. It's free. Or if you're on our website, just click the YouTube icon, and that'll get you to it as well. Now here, of course, is something to build up your immune system.
HealthyLooking.com and Dr. Alan Millay bring 4 decades of experience in natural products for the exclusive stem cell wellness kit that works with your body's stem cells to assist your immune system. Here's Dr. Millay with more.
Whether it's physical activity, obesity, diet, smoking, low on hormones, stress, sleep disorder, or your age can be supported by reducing inflammation and aiding the body to heal itself appropriately. A stem cell is a cell waiting to be told what it needs to do. If there is inflammation, that inflammation needs to be stopped. High blood pressure, high cholesterol, kidney disease, various types of cancer, depression, Alzheimer's disease, autoimmune disorders, osteoporosis, even fatty liver are chronic signs of inflammation and can be aided by supporting the body's ability to protect those cells that it needs. And that is the purpose of IndyStem and Adaptostem together, supporting the body to do the best it can do.
Dr. Millay, how will I feel after taking Adaptostem and IndyStem?
The IndyStem is going to have an immediate effect, but I tell you, your immune system is starting to function better after 24 hours. You put Adaptostem on with it, and most will feel it within 30 minutes.
Order now at HealthyLooking.com. The Stem Cell Wellness Kit from Dr. Millay protects your body's stem cells and will make you feel better faster. The Stem Cell Wellness Kit with Adaptostem and IndyStem and your free gift Relaxol is only available at HealthyLooking.com or toll free at 800-563-3980. That's 800-563-3980. Don't forget to enter promo code George for free shipping. George's Stem Cell Wellness Kit at HealthyLooking.com. That's HealthyLooking.com.
If you want to improve your aim, you need a method Mantis X. The Mantis X has improved viability dramatically and is a must-have for every responsible gun owner. The Mantis X is a high-tech but easy-to-use system used extensively by the military, for example, that improves their marksmanship and gives them the confidence in their ability to protect what they're carrying. You simply attach the Mantis X to your firearm and connect with an app on your smartphone or tablet via Bluetooth. It's amazing technology. And it gives you instant feedback on what you're doing right, like a firearms instructor in your pocket, with 94% of those improving within 20 minutes using Mantis X. And the best part is, you can use this at home. The best in the world to dry fire practice at home. Mantis X is the best way to train at home. No driving to the range or spending money on range fees and ammo. You'll improve and save a ton of money. Start improving now and get yours at mantisx.com. MANTIS.
Attention taxpayers, if you're facing IRS debt you can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of the new Taxpayer Relief Initiative to free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing, the IRS has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. You may qualify for significant tax savings. An open phone line has been established for community tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number stored in your cell phone to call the community tax helpline at 800-508-0328. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or you even have years of unfiled tax returns, you may now find the relief that you need. Call the community tax helpline today at 800-508-0328. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security checks. Call 800-508-0328 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-508-0328.
And welcome back to Coast to Coast. George Dory with Sally Crow. Her website is linked up at coasttocoastam.com, and her latest book is called Speaker, A Medium's Guide to Death and Dying. Sally, when you're with somebody who is at the moment of it, what do you recommend? What do you say to them?
Oh, I let them know that their loved ones are already in the room with them, and that, if I am there in person, I can just, I can see who's there with them, I can tell them, this is your mom is waiting for you, or, but for somebody who may not have still a mediumship, know that there are always there to comfort somebody, and that's one of the ways that you can help to start giving them some comfort, is to help them to know that they are not, that they are going on to be with other loved ones who they have missed and loved and longed for.
Okay, great. A message for you, Bill, out there listening. We've got Sally's book all bundled up for you. It'll go out in the mail tomorrow. You should get it in a couple days, and hopefully you will enjoy the read. Brendan in Austin, Texas, take it away. Hi, Brendan.
Hey, thank you guys so much. And Bill, I have something for you real quick. I know normally we don't give out websites on the air, but I talked to Gina about this and she checked it out and it's pretty good. There's a website I gotta tell everybody about, not just Bill. I'm sure that it's gonna help a lot of people, but it's called 7cups.com. It's free therapy. There's volunteers that you can talk to 24/7.
Sum it up, Brendan. Sum it up.
The number 7cups.com. 7cups.com. And you can also pay for more professional help, but it's free, and I know it takes internet. But if you don't have internet, you can try to find a local support group to try to help you guys. But I trust it too as I get them through EDT, which is like electronic. And they've all told me that they were not happy that they did it. And they were all surrounded by team activity. And a lot of them say that they're sad. But yeah, that was really tough, and I just want everybody to give them help. But so my question was, is there a difference between an empath and a medium? Because I've had a lot of experiences. I know I'm an empath, but is there a difference?
Here's the big difference. Kelly, is he there?
Yeah. So I actually describe traceability and like steps. So a medium is an impact, but not all empaths are medium. So empathability is the first level of traceability that we experience, meaning that there are far more empaths than any other form of psychic out there. When an empath is somebody who feels other people's emotions, sometimes even feels their physical problems. A medium has a more heightened psychic development or psychic awareness. I describe the fact that there are two factors in mediumship. One is ability, which is what we are born with, and some people are natural medium without any training, and they're still going to have experiences happen to them regularly, but usually haphazardly. And skill is that developed methodologies in which the natural, medium who has that ability has developed their ability. But a empath is not necessarily going to be medium, but mediums are all empaths.
So to Michael in Westfield, New Jersey. Michael, you're up with us. Go ahead.
Hello, I'm very impressed with your scientific, non-egotistical way of speaking. And it shows that you truly do care about people. So I'm working on, my question is, I'm working on a music project. I'm wondering how lucrative you feel it may be, since the person is, I don't want to give out their name, but I'm just wondering how you feel if it's worth having some, working with the right people.
Are you like the producer, Michael, or what?
No, I'm a composer.
Oh, you are? Good for you. Go ahead, Sally.
Yeah, so first of all, I think that this is something that you have to do. Like, because when I use tarot and runes, I do the ace of swords for you, and aces for me are karmic, which means those are lessons you've chosen to learn. That also means that there is more, like, likely, or more support for it to happen too. So you are in a good time to be working on this project. It feels like people that you're working with are helpful. This does feel like there'll be bugs that have to be worked out, but for the most part, it feels like a really positive thing. And it feels like if you weren't doing it now, it would just keep coming up and coming up and coming up until you made yourself do it. So that's kind of how I see karma, is like these lessons on our agenda, and this is one for you, and the project you're working on is actually really important to you on a soul level.
Michael, if you ever cut a CD, get it to us. We'll put it on Emerging Artists on Sunday, okay?
I could also, write something for you if you're interested in that.
That might be. You do know I sing. So keep us up with it. That'd be fun. Debbie's with us, Long Island, New York. Hey, Deb, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, George. Yeah, hi, Sally.
Hi.
Sally, I just have a question. I'm very unhappy in my geographic location where I reside. And I've been thinking many times over, for the longest time now, I would like to do a geographic, residence change. And I just don't know, I'm not sure about it. I hesitate, and I just would like to know what you see and start to think intuitively. All right? I was thinking about going down south, maybe to Florida.
Yep.
I do have family. I don't know what to do.
Well, it looks like you're in transition right now, and that it does look like the first thing that I thought was you would be close to water. That doesn't mean you have to live on the ocean, but it means you got to be in a place where there's lots of water. So when you're saying Florida, that sounds good. You need sunshine and you need water. And you're in transition, so you're going to probably need to give yourself, like, what I usually recommend to you when you're having a hard time making that decision, is to literally put a date on your calendar that, by that time I'm going to know what I want to do. And because you're going to flip-flop back and forth. But I do think that the move to Florida in particular would be a good one for you that feels like you'd be amongst, more people who are of the same kind as you, where you feel like you've got good people around you.
Sally, when you say this, is it some spirit guide that's giving you the info, or is this coming straight from you?
No, this is coming straight from me. So I see some some people who are psychic and medium, it's all through spirit. But for me, my abilities are separate. So my ability, separate ability, in which is me looking. Sometimes I have a spirit of mind, his name is Peter, will tell me something that's like not making sense to me because he's also psychic, and he'll be like, hey, look, you're like this. But most of the precognitive stuff is just me, and spirit communication is, I look at it like two different hallways.
Next up, Jesse's with us, truck driving somewhere in Texas, first time caller. Hi, Jesse, go ahead.
Hello, Mr. Dory. That's bro.
By the time I got to you, you're probably out of Texas by now, right?
Oh, that's a good
Hey,
state.
that's a big state, but you've been on hold for a long time.
Yeah, well, I'm down there in San Antonio. I'm up here as well as Texas. So anyway, kind of wondering, you know, if ever, I've been divorced going on, what, 7, 8 years now. Just kind of wondered if I ever got find someone to
Find the right person, huh?
yes, sir.
What do you see? A little romance here for Jesse, Sally?
Well, actually, I do. You know, like you have the lovers is the card that I drew for you. Part of it is that you changed a lot. So one of the things that I would recommend is to actually take. You have a tendency to be drawn towards people who it ends up being a really unbalanced relationship because they usually are carrying a lot of damage and you're doing a lot of the work, and so you've kind of been pushed aside from relationships. And you've done a lot of thinking, and so you have a better idea of what you're looking for. My suggestion would be to make a list of what you're looking for. You don't have to like carry around in your back pocket, but there's two things I tell people. One, we carry that information in our aura. So when we don't know what we're looking for, our aura says what we had last. And if what we had last wasn't good, we don't want to keep attracting that kind of stuff. So, you know, think about making a list of the things you're looking for in a partner. I'd also tell you that you are probably not going to need somebody through a dating service. Your best bet is to ask 5 friends who don't hang out with each other to invite you over for dinner with another friend that they know is single. No strings attached, but if at the end of the evening you like hanging out with each other, you can pass information. I think that this summer, particularly around August, September, it looks like there's more opportunity for you than not. Okay?
All right, good luck, Jesse. Next up, we go west of the Rockies. State of Washington, Clarice is with us. Hello, Clarice. How are you? That was my Anthony Hopkins impression. Go ahead, Clarice. I scared her. She's gone. Well, there she is. Let's go to Joshua in Rancho Cucamonga, California. Hey, Josh, go ahead.
Hi, thank you. So real quick, so I was in a situation where I was going off a bridge, and the next thing I remember, the raindrops were hitting my face, and everything was pitch black. Well, there was a voice talking to me, and me replying saying, "Give me one more chance to come back and make amends with my son and do things right." So after a bunch of times of me repeating that, I woke up in the operating room, and then I woke up. So my question is, who or what did I make a deal with, and what was the deal?
Who do people make deals with like that, Sally?
Often it is more that you meet with somebody who I say is like a family member, who I call them like the matriarch or patriarch of the family. They, you know, because we're all these different souls, but there's somebody who helps you to check in. You know, like I talked about earlier, my sister, that was my grandmother. You didn't really make a deal in the sense that you know, signed in blood on the dotted line. Instead, you have to look at this that you were given another chance, and that it's up to you to make it right. You didn't make it, you know, some kind of pact in which you've now endangered your soul in some way, shape, or form. You just were given another chance, and making the best of it is going to not only help your soul to advance, but it's also going to help the child's soul.
Thanks, Josh. Next up, Amy's with us, Buffalo, New York. Hey, Amy, how are you?
Hi, I'm very good. I can't believe I got through. I'm such a fluke like this. Thanks for taking my call. I know it was only a couple minutes, so I am an impact, and I know I have a lot of the flares, and it's natural, but I don't know how to how to use it for good. I mean, I read tarot cards for people, and I do stuff like that, but I do things in the future all the time, but what's the good if you don't know how to use it to help people? You know, do you have any recommendations of where I can go to find tune it or get real good guidance of how to use these powers?
One of the things I would recommend is actually my book that George mentioned earlier, The Path of Elemental Witchcraft, A Weird Woman's Book of Shadows. It has tons of teaching techniques. Literally, I will tell a story, and then I will give you a teaching technique. There are 4 different sections, one for each of the elements that's on divination, and there's stuff on communication, so you can learn some techniques to hone your skill. I also offer classes online and in person, so if you sign up for my mailing list, you'll know what I'm teaching when I am. But you're just ready, you need to get a little bit more education so that you can fine-tune what you're doing.
Sally, as we wrap things up, I want you to have the final word here. What do you recommend to people who are just trying to make it through life and have a good time?
Well, I think that we're living in a time where there is a lot of heaviness. We all know that, between climate crisis and political crisis and all the different things that are happening in our world. And one of the things I try to tell people is that we need more joy, we need more laughter, we need more creativity. We are here to live. And yes, we have hardships, but I believe that people are spiritually starving. You know, we are in a lot of ways, a very secular world where a lot of, like that mass religion has started to fall away. And people are really searching because we are missing something. And spending time, even if it's just, meditation, walking in the woods, sitting in your bathtub and breathing, playing, dancing, doing art, all of these things are really necessary and important to living a healthy and happy life and making changes in this world we're living in.
Sally, first time on the program, you did a great job. Come on back.
Thanks a lot. I enjoyed being here. Thank you, George.
Good luck with the book, Spirit Speaker, A Medium's Guide to Death and Dying. For Dan Galante, Gina Salvati, Tom Van Iser, Lisa Lyon, Lex Longwood, Sean Lavasor, Stephanie Smith, Chris Bowles, Tim Bernal, George Knapp, and Ian Punnett. I'm George Norrie, somewhere out there on Coast to Coast AM. We'll see you on our next edition. Until then, be safe.
What you explained before, and then moving on into what is the next move, right? Because we're playing chess, so they're gonna would it be like one of the moves that they would try and have as many tokens as they could and put the money in with the US dollar, right? Like I've heard this, man, like I've read this. I posted it on my Twitter. I know, like I posted the US government's fucking paper because I was like, I want to make sure that it's on my thread. And
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life. They teach you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join host Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Folly, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be. When you take a package, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for that money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Get what you always wanted from your safe and delicious liquor from every tap. A Lightsource Whole House water system removes 99% of chlorine and other contaminants for delicious water and sauces clean air. No maintenance, no salt. And now on approved credit, own a Lightsource system for as low as $75 a month. Call 800-803-2696 or
Visit likeforlike.com. Looking to sell your valuable coins, high-end jewelry, collectibles, or fine tangibles, just taste more.
Here's a great example of the sensory difference. I bought a gold and sapphire bracelet. I shopped it around. They offered me 50. They offered 100. I bought it for tangible and gave me $475 for it.
More respect.
Tangible, free thing as well. It could be the person coming in with, $10,000 worth of gold.
Tangible investment owner Phil DiGenova has become America's top dealer in coins, precious metals, jewelry, and fine art. Still guarantees you'll get more.
Everything I've heard about them on the radio is true.
Call now for a no-obligation free professional appraisal. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800. 800-711-2800. We go through all the that's going on so that we can tell you just the you need to know.
KSI, Los Angeles, Orange County, live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
Missing team, Ivory Head, in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The Carson City Council was offering a $100,000 reward for the safe return of a 16-year-old girl missing since New Year's Day. Alenka Castaneda was last seen entering an unknown vehicle. She contacted her family about 3 weeks later saying she was unable to leave her location. She then directed the family to pick her up at Union Station, but she never showed. An effort to recall Kevin De Leon from the LA City Council has failed. Organizers did not secure enough signatures to prompt a recall election. That means De Leon will finish out his term, which ends in December of 2024. A Panorama City man has been convicted of several charges in connection with the Capitol riot. 28-year-old Edwin Vidalian is on pretrial release. He'll be sentenced July 21st. Metrolink is offering free train rides for Earth Day. That comes up April 22nd. Head to the app for the pass. Former President Donald Trump is pleaded not guilty to 34 felony counts related to alleged hush money payments prior to the 2016 election. Also yesterday, an appeals court has ordered Stormy Daniels to pay $122,000 of Donald Trump's legal fees. It all wrapped up in connection with the porn actor's sales defamation lawsuit. And a pair of former Oklahoma jail guards who forced inmates to listen to Baby Shark as punishment put on probation. Mark Mayfield has more.
The judge also ordered them to pay a $200 fine. Gregory Butler Jr. and Christian Miles both pled guilty to a misdemeanor cruelty charge. An investigation found they forced inmates to
Road, Semi-Capistrano, Section 47, 51 for Redondo Beach, and 50 in Hollywood. We lead local. From the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Bree Tenner.
In Houston, except there's a full freeway closure, 405 northbound from the 73 Fairview. All lanes are going to be shut down for road work until 5. And in Glendora, this is on the 210 eastbound at Sunflower. We have cleanup crews from your earlier crash. Out of lanes and on the right shoulder, you're seeing delays from Grand Avenue. And in Montebello, there is a work zone 60 eastbound from Finley to Rose Beach Boulevard. 3 right lanes are going to be shut down for road work until 6. KFI, the Sky Hopes get you there faster. I'm Brian Van. Hey, all, it's Steve Sharp. For emergency backup power, there is only one name you need to know. Duffy Power. Since 1965, Southern California has relied on Duffy for powering the most critical situations. Hospitals and high-rises, data centers and school districts, every form of business, big or small, even homes and RVs. Whether it's a new generator or Duffy's legendary repair and maintenance services or an emergency rental, Duffy Power has you covered 24/7, 365. If you live or do business in Southern California, you know it's no longer a question of if the power is going to go down. It's only a question of whether you're just going to let it happen or take control. Taking control means it's time to call Duffy Power. To learn how to protect yourself from the next outage and all the ones after that, go to DuffyPower.com. DuffyPower.com. That's DUTHIE Power.com. Are you feeling the stress of a car accident? Let Jacoby and Myers take the wheel and steer you towards the compensation you deserve. 93% of crash victims who use a lawyer said they'd do it again. And with Jacoby and Myers, you'll get the best of both worlds. Our legal expertise and a hassle-free experience. Don't just take our word for it. See for yourself what over 50 years of experience can do for you. Call Jacoby and Myers
Justice for you since 1972. You probably already know that Rosetta Stone is one of the best ways to learn a language. But did you also know that they offer a lifetime subscription to all 25 of their languages? Dabble in French, try your hand at German, learn a bit of Japanese, or even explore Swedish. And right now, you can get 40% off Rosetta Stone's lifetime unlimited subscription. Visit rosettastone.com today to purchase once and learn for life. Rosetta Stone, how language is learned. How much do you think your home is worth this year? Do you think it's going to be worth the same next year? If you're thinking about borrowing on your home equity, your odds of getting more out of your that. Some experts predict that property values might decline over the next few years, making it more challenging for borrowers to tap into that home equity. If you need $75,000 or more, HMS Capital can help you borrow the money you need with the equity you built. So whether you want to consolidate debt, make home improvements, whatever your situation may be, HMS Capital, they have the best solution to help you. No appraisal, credit report fees to apply. I've done 2 mortgages with HMS Capital. Clearly, I'm a fan. I believe they are simply the best at what they do. Call 833-255-5698, 833-255-5698. Visit hmscapital.com. This is Jacob and Ronnie. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB.
Only iHeartRadio gives you access to all of your favorite radio stations.
It's Elliot in the morning.
Rover's Morning Glory.
Kurt Stryker.
All of the once-in-a-lifetime events.
Alter Ego. Are you ready?
All of the best preachers, the playlists. Nobody does it better. All the podcasts for every interest.
This is Freddie Prinze Jr. from the Wrestling with Freddie podcast.
All of the mind-blowing content.
$20,000 awesome. KFI AM 640. Around the world, this is Coast to Coast AM. Later tonight, Death and Dying. Once again, welcome WBAL News Radio 1090 and 101.5 FM in Baltimore, Maryland. Great to have you aboard. Here's what's happening. Authorities in the Mexican resort of Cancun say they have found 4 dead bodies in the city's hotel zone near the beach. No immediate information on the nationalities or identities of the victims. The announcement of the deaths came less than a week after a U.S. tourist was shot in the leg in the nearby town of Puerto Morales. Strange. Old President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty in a New York City court today after being charged with 34 felony counts of falsifying business records in the first degree. The charges, which are related to hush money payments made during the 2016 presidential campaign, came out of Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's years-long investigation. Bragg has alleged that Mr. Trump repeatedly and fraudulently falsified New York business records to conceal criminal conduct that hid damaging information from the voting public during the 2016 presidential election. The former president spoke to supporters in his Mar-a-Lago residence in Florida today as well. Dr. John Curtis, onlinecolumnist.com, with us here. John, what's your overview take of all of this?
Well, don't you find it odd that everything, all of these big crimes that are committed, by the way, these are normally misdemeanors in New York State, anything related to bookkeeping or, improper documentation, that kind of thing. They don't rise to the level of felonies. Yet when it comes to Trump, they've all been upgraded to felonies by Bragg. They call them Class E felonies. Alleged affair, I say alleged because he's never admitted to it, back in 2006, and then a nuisance payoff that was stated categorically by the star witness, Michael Cohen, that he made the payment to dismiss the Stormy Daniels, not out of this, he said this explicitly, not from campaign funds, but from his own. So the case against Donald Trump is a very
very weak, tenuous case. And it's been admitted to be that way by most legal experts. And yet, how is it that a DA that ran on a premise that he was going to get Trump is not being questioned by this judge, Juan Merchan, in Manhattan, to say that, number one, why are you upgrading normally misdemeanors to felonies? And why is it that, you know, you make campaign promises that you're going to get President Trump? How is that for the American, you know, judicial system? We have a broken system right now, both in Congress and in just the court system. When a officer, an elected official, a DA, can go after somebody for political reasons, or the Congress could spend a year and a half on the special counsel investigation, essentially concluding that Trump was the one who organized it and planned for it, even though they have zero evidence to prove that. So I think what you're looking at here is a broken judicial system where now politics basically has corrupted the media. It has corrupted the Congress in terms of having any objectivity, and certainly the criminal justice system right now that is weaponized. So I think that's what comes up here. And George, I think this judge, if he has any integrity, will toss out this case when they file motions to dismiss these charges, because there's nothing there other than just politics.
Now, there are other possible cases against Donald Trump as well. Would you, if you were him, drop out of the presidential campaign?
Absolutely not. And I think that, you know, the statement he made at Mar-a-Lago tonight was a very strong, forceful statement by Trump that showed that he really hasn't lost a beat in these years since he's been president. But more importantly, that he's not going to take these charges lying down, and it's not going to stop him from running. And I think it's going to be very difficult politically right now for any other Republican candidate under these conditions to launch any kind of competitive campaign against him.
And if you were President Joe Biden, would you pardon Trump right now and just say, for the good of the country, I want this to go away?
Well, what I would do, I certainly would consider it, but I know that that's not in the cards for
the smart political move for him. John, thanks. John's website, onlinecolumnist.com. Johnson & Johnson has agreed to pay, get this, $8.9 billion to settle tens of thousands of lawsuits alleging that the talcum powder in its iconic baby powder and other products cause cancer. The amount dwarfs Johnson & Johnson's original offer of $2 billion. The stress on the financial sector caused by 2 bank failures in the United States last month is still a threat. It should be addressed by reimagining of the regulatory process, according to J.P. Morgan Chase's CEO, Jamie Dimon. Checking with our expert, Charles Coffis. Charles, it hasn't gone away yet, has it?
No, they say there's going to be this contagion, whatever. George, we know the Fed has been raising rates to slow the economy. This is leading to a recession, as we see, and also to bring down inflation. But it also has caused the long-duration bonds to lose their value, and this has led to these recent bank failures. They have about $6 trillion in bonds in that sector. 620 billion is unrealized losses. What took down Silicon Valley Bank was about 20 billion. So we've seen $1 trillion removed from the big banks. I guess they're putting it maybe in money markets or whatever billions, but then withdrawn from the regional banks. So there's still a risk of bank runs out there. I think the Fed country now are just trying to manage this with the term funding program, but I think QT is officially over. That they can't raise rates like they thought they could in May in this environment. The Fed was shrinking their balance sheet, I think about $600 billion. But quickly they just added another $400 billion. So, they're never going to have success in reducing the balance sheet with all that bonds and MBS and everything else. Some even is, the 2008, when you had Bear Stearns collapsing, and it was in March of that year. And then there was a stock rally for about 2 months. And about 4 months later is when we saw Lehman Brothers, went under because people thought the threat was over. And it was in actually June of that year, Bernanke said the risk of the economy now at a substantial downturn seems to have been diminished over the past 2 months or so. And well, we know how that turned out. So I think to say things have been fixed is just not the case with fractional reserve banking. You think they would have seen in the recent bank stress test, taking into account rising interest rates. I mean, after all, this is what happens, But I guess ever since Glass-Steagall Act was repealed in 1999, I write about this in my book, banks have been taking on more risk with deposited money, and that's what we have now. A real model for banking reform would be the Bank of North Dakota, which is interesting. They operate more like a public utility, and it's state-owned, it has no shareholders, it makes low-interest loans to businesses. It's very successful, never had a failure. And it's the only bank like it in the U.S. There's several around the world. It's the only one, that we know of here in North Dakota. So people can look that up at publicbankinginstitute.org. It's very intriguing because there is, that would be a good reform act, but I doubt we'll see any of that. And the risk in the banking sector is just going to continue. And today, George, we saw gold actually break $2,000 finally. It's only been higher than that about 7 days in history. Silver is also making some gains here. So looks like this might be the year we see precious metals, people seeking it out as a safe haven. I know we're also heading into recession in this year. We've seen all the indexes going down, factory orders and shipping, job openings dropped to a 3-year low today. And it's a pretty tough time out there right now for people. According to the Census Bureau, I think about 18 million people are living in less than 13,000 a year. That is, I don't know how they do it. And half the labor force has more than one job. So this is what stagflation looks like, and probably what we're going to continue to see out there.
How do people get your newsletter, Chuck?
Yeah, I'll be out in a few weeks. Go to idtconsultinggroup.com. Just go down to the bottom there and sign up.
You got it. Thank you. For decades, scientific studies suggested moderate drinking was better for people's health than not drinking at all. It even helped them live longer. New analysis of more than 40 years of research has now concluded that many of those studies were flawed and that the opposite is true. This is what they're saying. The review found that the risks of dying prematurely increased significantly for women once they drank less than 2 standard cocktails containing 1.5 ounces of distilled spirits, 2 12-ounce beers, or 2 5-ounce glasses of wine. And the risks to men increased significantly when they had just over 3 drinks a day. Astronomers have detected a repeating radio signal from an exoplanet and the star that it orbits, but both located 12 light years away from Earth. Signals suggest that the Earth-sized planet may have a magnetic field and perhaps even an atmosphere. They don't say, though, whether it might have life. In a moment, questioning spirituality, Eldon Taylor back with us on Coast to Coast AM. If you struggle with getting good reception in your home, Seacrane CC Wi-Fi 3 Internet Radio is the solution. Here's why the CC Wi-Fi 3 is so special. The audio is better than any smartphone in the world, and you can listen to my show. It has more than 30,000 radio stations from all over the United States and the world for your discovery. You won't have to sign up for an app, and there is no microphone. There are no ads on the screen, no monthly fee, and it has full-size remote control. It has superior reception for a much greater distance from your router. You can get the CC Wi-Fi 3 by calling Seacrane at 1-800-522-8863. Once again, that's 1-800-522-8863, or you can visit Seacrane online at seacrane.com. Also available at Amazon for quicker shipping. Visit Seacrane online and sign up for their Seacrane newsletter as well, and be one of the first to know about exclusive offers at Seacrane.com. Consumer Cellular is the most trusted wireless brand, and they've been providing superior nationwide coverage for more than 25 years. Switch today and save up to half on your wireless bill. They offer unlimited talk and text with flexible a month. Their award-winning customer service team makes switching easy. You can keep your phone and number, and activation is free. Plus, you can add a family member to your plan for just $15 a month per line. Never worry about dropped calls because Consumer Cellular has the exact same coverage as the major carriers, with coverage to over 99% of the nation. And this is all backed by their 100% risk-free guarantee. Also, with Consumer Cellular, you can save up to $250 a year. Go to consumercellular.com/Nori, and for a limited time, get $25 off your wireless bill when you use promo code Nori. That's consumercellular.com/Nori, and use promo code Nori for $25 off. And welcome back to Coast. George Nori with you. Eldon Taylor back with us, has been researching the power of the mind for 25 plus years, considered to be an expert in the areas of hypnosis and subliminal communication. For over 10 years, Eldon specializes in criminalistics, where he has supervised and conducted investigations and testing to detect deception. And now he is also the president and director of Progressive Awareness Research. He has developed and patented the inner technology, which has been demonstrated by numerous universities to be very effective. We'll talk about that in a moment. And his latest book is called Questioning Spirituality. Is it rational to believe a higher power? Eldon, my friend, welcome back.
Thank you, sir. It's good to be back. It's been a while.
It's been a couple of years, my friend. That's too long for us. You used to come on all the time. How have you been?
I've been really good. Thanks. I was just busy, but really good.
Give me an overview of Questioning Spirituality.
Well, you know, the bottom line comes down to this, I guess. You know, I have people they went off to a publicizing. They left here.
How the fuck did I get that posted?
They came back with their STEM degrees, both their engineers, atheists.
Really?
Now, you know, when I was a boy, I was raised in a very religious family, and I did all the things that you're supposed to do. And in order to be a good, religious young man within that faith, and I had a lot of questions. So I took those questions to a seminary class, and in those days, seminary was attached to the high school. So it was my 7th period class. I walked across the bridge to a separate building. It's a seminary class. I asked a lot of questions to the instructor, and so when grades came out, I got all the tests I taken, all the papers I turned in, I could regurgitate the material. They were all 8 pages, so I took this to the principal in high school, and he brought over the people from the seminary, the president of the seminary, and the particular instructor, that was his name. And they agreed to give me my A.
You know they make different kinds. They have that 15%.
So for me, you know, I was effectively excommunicated in my mind. I dropped out of church at that time, and I probably was a pretty atheist up to some offensive old, and I had my own experiences. I started looking at the argument for a higher power. Well, when both of my sons come out of school, both of them, the idea that believing in a higher power is comparable to what many so-called critical thinkers call the Santa Claus analogy, meaning simply a critical thinker is going to look at, you know, an all-powerful God and say things like, well, he's all-powerful, so you build a rock so large you can't lift it. An all-good God is also all-powerful. Well, if that's the case, then he has created Adam with a perfect will instead of a deficient will. And those, all those kinds of questions, my son came away atheistic. So I took it on myself to spend hours and hours with both of them
especially my youngest. And as we did, I learned all the reasons that so many, particularly young people, millennials and Gen Z, have moved away from the belief in a higher power. They moved away from religion altogether.
Did you try to convince them otherwise?
Well, here's the situation. If you look at why they moved away, there are some really good reasons. I lost my phone, George. I'm very sorry. One sec.
You get your phone.
Okay, anyway.
How do you use your phone?
How'd I use it? Yeah. Pulled it off my desk. I just simply leaned back in my chair, and it decided to follow me.
Okay, cool. Anyways, the question was, did you try to convince them otherwise?
Now, and the bottom line to that is yes, absolutely yes. But I had to meet them where they were, George. I had to literally go down into the trenches. What is it that you're learning in secular Ivy League schools that gets you thinking that believing in a higher power is irrational? And in the process, going down with them, actually, appendix to the book is a letter from one of my sons. He talks about the mineralogy person, the CEO of the Navy, just a non-stop. And he's talking about the issues of how they change business. They're reading into the list yesterday. But, you have to kind of argue that you think people have. And finally, they're all saying that they're essentially the solution to the world.
Hell yeah, baby. ASAP, baby. I'm working on it. I stream my life 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for more than 666 days. That's more data than anybody has compiled in global history. And when that is made viral, I'm going to make sure that I question mark I is one of the first trillionaires of all time. Absolutely. I do it for world peace. I feel world peace isn't discussed enough in society, and I don't want people to have war anymore. I don't feel that you shouldn't be able to put your hands on me and I shouldn't be able to put my hands on you without consent. It's very simple. And really, the way that I want people to talk about this is by generating discussion about world peace. Really, I think if you're aware, data is the #1 resource on Earth. It's more valuable than water, more than gold, more than petroleum combined. The one thing that will diversify us, and as of right now, nobody's creating. AI is able to jump in and be able to edit it down. We're going to have a very interesting story. 2 years.
They both drive blue Fords. They both marry a woman by the name of Alice. They both are wearing a blue shirt. And on and on and on. I mean, it's science.
That's phenomenal.
Hold on for a second, Alvin. We'll pick that up right there.
Yeah, 6 angles on YouTube. I have 6 different Chromebooks going, and I have another 27 different devices. So I'm live on 6 different YouTubes right now, 2 different Discords. I'm live on 7 different Instagrams. I'm live on really just I collect the data on my life, but I also have a radio going 24/7. So it's essentially one timeline. It's a timeline of what the universe has gone through for the last 2 years. So basically, it goes back to the pandemic. We've seen the death of a queen, the birth of AI. I've been on camera for earthquakes and everything in between. If you can imagine it has happened to you on a regular basis, I have it on camera most likely. And really, when people are able to understand that somebody has their own Truman Show or their own Big Brother, it's going to be very interesting to people.
tennis in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LAX is back in business after being
Yeah, on
isolated for a
YouTube,
short time
more than
yesterday.
700 days.
Reporters say the
And then I also have an archive of terabytes worth of data that I began storing at the beginning.
Declared a major disaster. President Biden approved Governor Newsom's request to boost emergency response and recovery efforts. Attorneys representing 321 LAPD officers are suing the city of LA for leaking profiles and pictures.
Well, every single day is a gift. So every day that I can actually see myself on the stream is a gift because, you know, life is important. I would say that some of the interesting things that I've been able to capture, certainly there are like things that happen in the world that I'm really glad I've been able to capture, like when AI was launched, or ChatGPT essentially, for the modern age. So we've been able to see it, ChatGPT 1, 2, 3, 4, how it works differently. I record my screen as I use it so that future generations are going to be able to see what their chatbots are in that future day, what they were in the beginning. Can you repeat that? Yes, I do. So I have it write articles. I have it write SEO, essentially briefs, frequently asked questions and things like that. I love to ask it questions and then post them to Twitter. I have a Twitter Blue account, so I can post 4,000 characters. And I like delving into the really interesting parts of society that we don't normally discuss, like anti-gravity, levitation, esotericism, telekinesis, telepathy. Really, those kind of things are things that I feel like we should be discussing in current society. And a lot of times we get locked up on debating each other on useless, topics, when really we should be advancing as a society.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
National Tea Day is coming, so I'd like to book a room for Monday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Most certainly. Give me a few moments and I'll let you know when I've got that story.
I just want to say hi to Rabbi too. How you doing, my friend?
Kicking ass, taking names, Songs of Eden. Songs of Eden is one of the most, I would say, talented people I've met on Twitter Spaces. If you haven't had the chance to Songs of Eden play the piano, it's really something about what you're missing. And also take a look at his YouTube, because he has just surpassed 25 million views. I may have as more content than any person on earth, but I don't have 25 million views. Songs of Eden knows what's up, and if there's anyone who knows how to make YouTube work for you, it's Songs of Eden. So check him out if you have the opportunity. I'm thrilled. I'm ready for it.
Let's fucking go. I got your ass. Mikey, you got a question before we head off here?
Have I used any data? Is that what you said? Oh, do I need any more? Well, I'm generally just... I have email lists, and essentially for like mass emails that I can send out. That's really the only type of data that I've really stored, and those are people who have essentially shown interest, I would say. I will definitely need assistance with that in the future. Really, the plan is for someone to recognize, wow, this is a really interesting project. No one's ever done this in global history. It's like the Truman Show. It's like Big Brother. They retweet or they see what I'm doing, they tell a friend, essentially people start watching it, and it will be the biggest event in global history, because essentially we'll all have a common person who we can always connect to no matter when your day is, and see what they're doing, and we'll essentially be able to grow up together. So I'm not saying that I won't need your help in the future, just perhaps not right now.
Wow. Is there any data that you found that helps you grow your audience? Emails is one, but there's anything that you've done that helps you grow your audience just being online?
Definitely. The ability to just create as much content as possible is very helpful. Generally, when it comes to AI and such, the type of data that I generate are my ChatGPT logs, and then I publish all of those. Really, I am not someone who necessarily codes, so that's where if I needed some assistance, that's likely where you'd come in. And what I do is I just turn on 6 different cameras, or make sure that they're going every second of the day, and allow the world to delve in. So when people, they'll ask me questions on the chat, of course, and I'll be able to answer most of them. But when I'm not, that's when I go to language models and such. Aside from that, I don't know how else I might be able to currently use data. Do you have any ideas how I might be able to do it?
So, are you storing all the content on YouTube, or is that your content?
Correct. So it's on YouTube, but it's also on Instagram and a couple other servers that allow for indefinite archiving.
So I can teach you how to find data that you may want. Like, say you may, let me just look at something real quick. So, for example, like maybe you want to find all of the top. Let me just see something here. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I could share this with the room. But there's something I learned a few years ago, actually about 5-6 years ago, that basically is giving me unlimited access to data, and you can find anything you want. So if you're interested, I can teach you that one too.
Absolutely. The question that I have is, what individual has the most amount of live streaming time of all time? I have over 150,000 hours live on the internet. I've asked ChatGPT these questions, and essentially I get accounts that are like compilation accounts, like live stream fails or Twitch fails and things like that. But I'd like to know what.
I just pulled up that data set. The most watched YouTube videos is Cars 2 H2 gameplay. It's got 18 million views. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm actually not the amount of views. Essentially, what I'm looking for is the amount of hours that a person has spent in front of a camera and collected data on the show. Exactly.
But as long as YouTube video, it's 223 hours long. No. The movie's not hours long enough. Okay. Stuff I can find on YouTube television to play YouTube. Yeah, there's I got a lot of live streaming.
It's difficult. I have found, at least in television, Regis Philbin has about 17,000 hours. Betty White has about 16,000 hours. And again, I have 150,000 hours. I have the most amount of content. Actually, I should say I have the second most amount of content of any YouTube channel. So number 1 is T-Series, and I'm number 2 with the amount of hours I have. They have like 230,000 hours, but theirs isn't live. Theirs is a lot of edited content, and it's also all of India. But I'm number 2, which is quite something. Great question. Certainly. So world peace is very important to me, and I really felt like the best way to be able to help bring that is to have the discussions publicly with people as to why we don't have it, why we don't talk about it more. But really, it's quite cute how it started. I am a golfer, and I, after work, working for a Fortune 500, would go to Tiger Woods' golf course here in Orange County, California, and hit golf balls. And I began by just recording my golf swing for practical purposes because I wanted to be a better golfer. And I noticed what I was saying was pretty funny. And I realized, in the future, my kids might want to see this stuff. And if I'm able to save it, I probably should. And so I had unlimited download speeds were the things that were choking me. So essentially one day I went to Verizon Wireless, got 4 different cameras, 4 different cell phone service, 4 different cell phone lines, and then started really live streaming my golf swing. And then from there, I brought the live streams home and realized I should maybe put the cameras in different corners of my room. Then I realized that iOS devices, at least iPhones, are not the best devices on which to live stream because of the fact that the app crashes after 24 hours or so. It's just not the most reliable of systems. So then I purchased Chromebooks, and from there we started with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then got up to 6 different live streams at once. And that's basically how I did it. It was really a motivation to record my life, record world peace discussions, but really record my golf swing.
month for line. Never worry about drop calls because Consumer Cellular has the exact same coverage as the major carriers, with coverage to over 99% of the nation. And this is all backed by the 100% risk-free guarantee.
Definitely, it does have some restrictions. Certainly, well, let me say, when I first started, I lived my life like there were no restrictions. So I would be literally naked on camera, and because I didn't have a lot of viewers, no one on YouTube cared. I would alleviate myself on camera. No one cared. I would go to the bathroom. I'd take a shower. No one cared. Then I got essentially somebody saw that you shouldn't have that on YouTube, and I got my first account taken down. So then I realized I need more accounts. So I ended up creating over 100 YouTube accounts so that no matter if you take down one of my accounts, I've got redundancies up the wazoo, so to speak. And in doing so, I realized that it was smart to have backups of the data. What I have had to adjust is perhaps like if I am going to be naked, I shouldn't necessarily. I am naked on camera, just not on YouTube. So I'll be naked on Twitter. I'll be naked on. Going to be naked. I shouldn't necessarily. I am naked on camera, just not on YouTube. So I'll be naked on Twitter. I'll be naked on Instagram and YouTube. So when it comes to your day-to-day things, like when you get changed or shower and do those kind of things, I realize I can't do those kinds of things on YouTube. So I do have to adjust a little bit for that. I would say that the things that bother me are the technical aspects. So for instance, when it comes to your Wi-Fi, I'm sure everybody has basically the same kind of Wi-Fi. You get like one Wi-Fi bar, two Wi-Fi bars, or three Wi-Fi bars. And when it comes to cell service, you get 1 bar, 2 bars, 3 bars, or 4 bars. I am at the point where it is 2023, and we've been dealing with this same kind of scale since the 1990s, and it really frustrates me because as someone who live streams their life all the time, I like to know my network capabilities and my connection strength and things. So what I've really definitely found is that the thing that prevents anybody from doing this is the amount of data that you can upload. And also my ISP has throttled my upload speed. So if you look at my upload to download speed, or upload speed, I have a download speed of like 50 megabytes per second. My upload speed is 0.05. So very, very low amounts. Now, what I have, but I still am able to get off 6 different YouTube streams all at once, which is important to me. And really, I feel like I'm making a difference in the future of society, that we're able to capture something like a time capsule, but literally people are able to view it in real time. And that's going to be really exciting.
I'm so curious about, you said you made hundreds of channels.